YouTube, what's going on? We got to go on today. We're going on a hike. I'm about to hike up Montreal, downtown Montreal. So, I actually stay out here now. And I've been on my fitness journey for a few months now, starting back in February. It's the end of May, going on June. And I was watching a video a few weeks back from Ty Lopez. And he was basically talking about some whole other shit. But in the video, he also mentioned that cardio on flat surfaces like treadmill, like running on paths, running on concrete, is actually bad for your joints. So it's summertime now. I'm trying to do more natural cardio. So I stay downtown Montreal, and I'm about to take this path up and go about my way and march my way up the mountain from downtown. I'm gonna walk up the Peel stairs, walk up this trail, and get my ass to the top of the mountain. When I get there, I got a smooth ass book I'm gonna read. It's about me a liter of water, stay hydrated. Got my backpack, and I'm ready for this trek. It's a nice day out here in Montreal. Walking past, what's this? I think this is a fort, Domaine du Fort de la Montagne. Some mountain fort or something. I don't really know what that means. ChatGPT got me walking on Sherbrooke Street, and I'm gonna buck a right on Peel Street and walk up to the Peel stairs. And that's gonna take me a good amount up the mountain. Apparently Peel stairs got 339 steps. All right, so this is crazy right now. If you guys ever use ChatGPT to plan a trip for you guys, make sure you guys double check the directions. Let me read ChatGPT's instructions exactly. Head north on X Street. I'm not gonna say that street. That's where we started at. And then turn left onto Sherbrooke Street. So I went north and I turned left. I'm looking at the GPS now. And Peel Street is in the opposite direction, long story short. So I was just walking the wrong way. Thank God that I checked before I got too far off. So it was probably like 5 minutes worth of walking that I went the wrong direction. But still, ChatGPT, you fucked me up today. I had to give you a thumbs down on that one. The weather today is supposed to be around a high like 21 degrees Celsius. For all my people watching in America, that's probably about like 60, 70 Fahrenheit or something along those lines. Right, you can see, like I said, a lot of buildings like this, kind of like older style, kind of architecture, European kind of shit, right? If you look over here too, you see the same thing. This building, Tiffany & Co. right here, you can see the same thing, right? You can see in the distance of some mid-sized condos up there, but they're not really too big. There's a little bit of the mountain we're about to climb up there. If you're someone who's not been to Montreal before, right, and you're just visiting and you're coming here to hike the mountain or go visit the mountain, and you want to learn a little bit more about Montreal, I'll tell you a little bit from my perspective. I think it's interesting because I'm actually not from here either, but I've been living here for the past 2 years. When you come to Montreal, it's kind of an interesting city. Like, it has big city vibes, but it also has small town vibes. So downtown Montreal is not really that big, at least comparing to like downtown Toronto that I'm used to. But it's nice. The vibe is definitely different. It's not like, for example, if you're from somewhere like Toronto or New York or maybe Chicago or any kind of big place where there's like a lot of tall skyscrapers, huge condos, like 70, 80 floors, shit like that. Downtown Montreal is not really like that. It's kind of more, has like some nice architecture, kind of a little bit more classic, vintage, European kind of look. you know, a little bit more slow, but still busy, right? You can kind of see, I got my active track on. You can kind of see the how this building is shaped with the kind of old English kind of style roofs, kind of like thing like that. That's kind of what you get from Montreal. You know, everything is old. There's a lot of churches. You see the church right here. It's a pretty old city. I think it's one of the oldest in Canada. It's definitely older than Toronto. And then when it comes to the people are definitely misunderstood out here. A lot of people from other parts of Canada don't really like coming out here because they don't speak French. And there's a lot of like talk and maybe you could call them rumors about the French people in Montreal not liking English speaking people when they come here. And from my experience being here from June 2023 until now, which is May 2025, it's not really like that. It depends on your attitude towards it. Like, if you kind of come here and you just expect everyone to speak English, most people do. Even the French-speaking people, they like most people who are born and raised in Montreal are bilingual in some capacity, but that doesn't mean that they're good at it. So I feel like you'll get more attitude from the French people if you don't even attempt to use any French. Like, you kind of just walk up to them and you automatically assume that they should be speaking English. Some of them don't really like speaking English because they're bad at it. So you're kind of forcing them to speak English. And this is kind of like their homeland. This is kind of like their home country. You know, in Canada, Quebec, which is the province Montreal is in, is a French-speaking place. We're walking past the Montreal tour bus. I'll show you guys real quick. Right? You can hear they're speaking French on the tour bus. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But French is the main language out here. So when you come out here, you can just do something so simple as greeting people. You can use the typical Montreal greeting and say, bonjour, hi. So you're speaking English and French. And then you just continue speaking English after that. And most people won't give you any problems. But if you're in a majority French area, you will run into people who are like very, very bad at English and they only know very, very basic stuff. But most people who work in customer service and retail in Montreal, being bilingual is a requirement. So if you stay downtown, you should be good. If you want to move out of downtown and you want to move around Montreal, like the west side of Montreal is more English speaking than the east side. So you might find problems out there. And then when you leave out of town and you go to like the suburbs surrounding areas, Laval, Brossard, Longueuil. I don't know if I pronounced that right, Longueuil. I don't know how to say that shit. Like all those kind of areas. It's also less and less English the further out you go. And the rest of Quebec is pretty much all French. So when you come here, just show a little bit of respect for the language. And I don't think no one will give you problems. I haven't really got much problems because I've been trying to learn French actively. But that's a little bit about Montreal from my perspective if it's your first time coming out here. Okay, so we're now approaching Peel Street. As you can see over here, I don't know if y'all can see the sign. I'm gonna try and zoom in the best I can. So we just walked straight down Sherbrooke. That took a little longer than I expected. And now I'm finally able to make this left on Peel Street. And, or you know, in French they'll say, Rue Peel. Peel's not really a French word, so it's hard to pronounce it in French, but Rue Peel. If you look, you can kind of see the streets going up like this, up toward the mountain. So we getting in our cardio, man. Getting in our cardio. I don't know how much y'all can tell, but its incline is getting steeper. Maybe you could tell if I look backward, right? And it's getting to me. I'm not gonna cap. It's definitely a good workout, this street alone, because I'm winded a little bit. I'm not really winded, but it's the way where like I can feel it. and just watching people looking like in their 60s, walking up this hill effortlessly, this lets me know that I'm doing the right thing. Because I've been doing inclines on the treadmill for a minute, but this still feels like something. So obviously, they ain't been enough. So this is what I'm on now. We're approaching the stairs. You can see the stairs off into the distance up there. You can see that was the stairs. We're about to hike up. I'm about to take my sweater off because this is the beginning of the mountain. You can't really see because of all the trees and whatnot, but this is the start of it. All right, y'all, I took my sweater off. Walking up Hill Street was enough for me. Bust a little sweat, but the breeze is nice right now. And I just walked up the first little steps right there. Got some more coming up. Cool waterfall, this little stream. A lot of people's walking the steps. So we getting ready to do 339 wood steps of the Peel Street stairs on our way to the top of Mount Royal. I can see more stairs. Path down there. Probably take you around. Cool bike path. Hey, what's going on? Say what's up, YouTube. All right, so for those of you who've never been here before, ChatGPT is telling me this. So get to the top of the stairs and then make a left on something called the Olmsted Trail. There ain't much street signs up here. And the thing about the stairs, it's not all one staircase. You go up one, you gotta turn a little bit. You basically get on and off the stairs. It's a bunch of small staircases put together. So it might be a little hard to tell exactly where they end at, but I think I'm at the end of the stairs now because I don't see anymore. And this might be the Olmsted Trail. So, oh no, there it is. More stairs over there behind that bush. So we ain't done the stairs yet. More stairs to go. So I'm here. I'm right here. If I make a left, go up here, it'll take me to the main lookout point. But where I wanted to go was actually on this side to look out to the east end of Montreal, because over here is gonna be packed right now. It says, continue the Camion Hood Lookout. Let me go on Google Maps and find exactly where I'm trying to go. It says 12 minutes away, but it's also telling me to go up these stairs right here. So I think this trail is in multiple places. So I'm gonna keep going up the stairs because that's what I came here to do. So we're gonna keep going up the stairs, keep on chucking. This is actually the steepest part of the stairs so far. Y'all can see it goes all the way up in there. So we're gonna keep going up these stairs. A lot of people out here right now. You can see a bunch of people down there, a bunch of people up and down the steps. It's a good look. I don't know if I'm the only one that's sweating this much though. Might lose this extra 10 pounds I've been trying to get off of. Ooh. Okay, I was shined. Got some joggers up these steps. Gotta work a little harder for it to that level. Up. Probably 3 times my age. Taking a little 2 seconds, cause that shit hit me a little bit. You guys can hear me out of breath the whole way up. It's a nice view right here. Camera's probably not gonna do it justice because a lot of trees are in the way, but I can see a good view of downtown Montreal. I can see the St. Lawrence River. I can see the South Shore on the other side. That's probably like Chateauguay, Brossard I'm looking at, that kind of area, but I ain't done the stairs yet. I think this is a shortcut to the top. I couldn't even tell you. It's exactly like I expected. This took us to the main lookout point. So I was actually supposed to make the right at that trail down there, But I learned something new. I didn't know you could take stairs up. I usually drive and park around to the side and then walk up from the other way. But it's packed here right now. I ain't gonna stay here for too long because I've been here a million times. But I'm gonna show y'all so you can see. Probably wondering what the hell I'm doing out here on a Monday. I don't gotta go to work. Hell no. 4-day work week. Mondays are strictly for feeling like $100 million. That way the rest of my week goes exactly as it's planned. You feel me? Yeah, but we ain't gonna stay here for too long though, cause I've been here a million times, bro. We gotta go to the other lookout spot because we gotta get that view of the east end of Montreal. We got 10 minutes, 10-minute walk to the viewpoint that we're trying to go to. So we're gonna keep on trucking down this trail. Then there's gonna be a fork in the road in a few minutes, and I'm gonna bend right, and then that's gonna take me straight where I'm going. We're kind of close to the top of the mountain right now. Now we are close, but it goes higher. I think the highest point in the mountain is the cross. The cross, I can show you guys that too. That could be like our last destination. Battery's on 24, 23% right now. So I wanna be conservative with this battery life. So I almost walked past my fork in the road because it's not really in the road. It's like a little small trail. Look, this is the trail. I wasn't even looking at the GPS. I was about to walk right past it, but this is where I have to turn right here. So we're gonna go inside this trail right here, and this is gonna take me to the lookout point that I'm looking for. It's a little rocky in here. It's a lot more nature-y, bushy, but that's what I came here for. And it's cool because it's like, I don't know if you can see through the trees, but downtown is right there. Right basically downtown, but we're in the bush on the side of the mountain. So this is somewhere I've never been yet. I think these off-path trails is probably the best view you're gonna get. Nice view here. Never been up this side. This is definitely one of the best views you're gonna get probably. Not a lot of people here, really low key, quiet, get some shade from the trees. And we're really in nature right now. This is real nature. We're walking up these steps, or down these steps, right? And this is the real deal compared to everything else, all those tourist attractions and shit they got on the main part of the mountain. This is like a lot better, my opinion, especially if you're a real nature person. You're gonna get a much more authentic experience down here. You can look down, see it's a little kind of steep. They got another trail down there. It's nice. It's nice. Yeah, man, so this is where I had the GPS taking me, but it's not exactly where I thought. I thought it was somewhere else, where they had a bench and shit. It's really nice. I'm happy I did come here, but I gotta recalculate my trip because this is not where I intended to go to. All right, man, so I recalibrated the trip. I'm just gonna go to the tip top of the mountain, which is the cross. They call it, what do they call it? The Royal Cross. 7 minutes walk. I gotta keep walking up this trail. I spent a little bit of time at that viewpoint just there. Took a sip of water and kind of just took in the view. Looked off into the distance. You know what they say is one of the best things you could possibly do for your mental health is go for a walk and look far off into the distance. So we're back. We're back at the Olmsted Trail. The GPS is saying, so I make a left. That looks like an albino squirrel over there. I ain't never seen a squirrel that way. What's he doing? Look like he looking for some nuts he buried or something. You know what they say? Don't feed the wildlife. Do not feed the wildlife. But here we are. We're at the Royal Cross. There's a base of it right there. And this is like the highest point of the mountain. Can't get really much higher than this. Or if we can, we're gonna go there today. I think maybe back here looks a little higher. Sun's in the tip top of the sky. Y'all probably can't see right now due to the position of the sun, but they got like lights all across the side. So it lights up at night. You can see it from far. There's one other place, the Sunset Lookout, which I haven't been to. Is that higher than this? Nope, I'm looking at the, if you look at this immersive view on Google Maps, you can see the cross is right here in the middle, and it's the highest point of the mountain. And I guess it's the perfect place to look at the sun go down. What struck me most was the feeling of being part of something larger than myself. We're gonna go check it out. So I think my mic, I don't know, it didn't connect, but I found this little trail right here. It's not really a trail, it's really free. I gotta watch myself. My mic just turned on, so the audio might be looking different, be sounding different. But this looks like the tallest point of the mountain right here. So I'm gonna get up there. Looks a little muddy. This is actually the highest point of the mountain. This must have been what I was looking at. It seemed like the cross from the GPS, but it was really this. So I think it's at the tip top of Mount Royal. So you know what? Today is gonna be the day to mark the first time I scaled a mountaintop. Today, we just touched the peak of Mount Royal, and next week, we doing Kilimanjaro. Yes, sir. Feels good, it's a good little hike. And I just wanted to show you guys this big old telecommunications tower. I think this is probably how they send out all the signals for majority of Montreal. I don't know too much about telecommunications, but I don't think I've seen one this big before. Over there, that looks like one of the 5G towers. And you know, I can kind of feel something like in my chest a little bit. Almost like I can feel the radio frequencies coming from out of here. They got something out here I never seen before. They got a like a pond. It's like a pond. I hear a lot of rustling in the bushes. I see like 4 or 5 squirrels over there hanging out. A big old crow. I think a lot of the animals on the mountain come over here to drink water. You see the crow over there. Maybe they got some frogs in here or something. I don't think they got much in the way of fish. Oh, look, a duck. I wonder if ducks can fly. How the hell did he get up here? Another pretty duck. I think those are the male ones. And go back, but right now we're looking at, this is the west view of Montreal. See the airplane driving toward the airport. It's in Dorval, the West Island. You see the other peak of the mountain over there. We did it. Walked from downtown to the top of the mountain. We hit the peak at that communications tower over there. Now we're at the Sunset Lookout, looking at the west side of Montreal. If you ever wanted to hike Mount Royal, I definitely think you should do it. If I had to rate the difficulty out of 10, I call it a 5, depending on your level of fitness. When it comes to nature and everything you get to see, how much nature you get to see, I'll give that like a 6 or a 7. You do get a lot of nature, but it's not really that much I think you would get in other places. Like, for example, that I see when I went hiking in BC, in Lynn Canyon. If you come around this time of year, spring or summer, Smells are amazing right now. I smell so much flowers and I get so much fresh air. So that's a 10. In regards to like the trails and everything, they're pretty well maintained. It's very nice. So if you want like a mix of city vibes with nature, come to Mount Royal, do the hike, take the Peel Stairs, go to the summit, and enjoy. I'm just gonna pull this book out right here. Trick 20 is having some